Hello everyone, welcome back. As in the previous class, we have completed the connective tissue. So today in this class, I am going to introduce one new tissue which is the muscular tissue. So let's begin with our session. As you know, every day, every minute and every second we move, and we move a lot. So we categorize the movement into three various categories. Now what are these categories? I am giving you some of the example and you guys think of the types of the movement. The first one, when we change our position. So what kind of movement is it? When we change our position means when we walk, when we run. So this type of movement is called the locomotion. Am I clear? The second one, when we can not, or you can say when we do not change our position but some part of our body can move. This is called the movement. Am I clear? So just I am going to tell you that the two words which I am using here, they are the one is the locomotion and one is the movement. So locomotion and movement, students, these are two different terms. What is the difference? Suppose if we consider the examples of the plant and the animals, as I told you that in the locomotion, the object, they change its position from one place to another. So either plants, they show movement or not? So your answer is no. Why no? Because plants, they do not change its position. Plants, they remain at the same state, while in case of the animals or in the human beings, the animals, they change their position. They can change their position. So the animals, they show locomotion. Now let us consider an example. Suppose I am using a hand. Okay, and I am rotating my hand. Now my arm portion is representing the movement, but when I take one step, then I have changed my position, then this is called the locomotion. Am I clear? So now two type of the movement I told you, that one is the locomotion, when we can change our place from, or you can say when we can change our position from one place to the another, while in case of the movement we cannot change our position. Some of the body parts can move in the movement. Am I clear? And the third one is the invisible movement. Invisible movement for what? Invisible movement, they are related to the internal structure organ system. Internal structure organ means like the heart. We are not able to observe the movement of the heart, the beating of our heart, and also we can't see how the food passes from our mouth to the stomach through the food pipe. Am I clear? So this is the another type which is the invisible movement, and I hope so you have understood the types of the movement. Now the question arises that why do we study the muscular tissue? So guys, muscular tissue is related to our muscles. Okay, and you know that our body, it is made up of skeleton, and I am able to rotate my arms, I am able to move, that is due to the muscles. And also our skeletal system, as you know, is made up of bones. So muscles, as I told you in the connective tissue, muscle is connected with the movement and help in providing the posture. As I am now in the standing posture and you can also in the sitting posture. So posture is also the characteristic feature due to the muscles, and the tissue which is related to the muscles is known as the muscular tissue. Am I clear? So here I have written the important characteristics of the muscular tissue. The first one is, as you know, tissue means the group of the cell. So muscular tissue is made up of muscle cells or fibers. Next, fibers are elongated. Elongated means लंबे होते हैं and large sized. Next is they are made up of contractile proteins. Contractile proteins means, if you can learn the name of these protein, then one is actin and one is myosin. Actin protein जो होता है ये contraction में help करता है and myosin in the relaxation, and that's why we say that movement of our body is possible due to the contractile proteins. If we consider the example of my arm, that whenever I am lifting my arms in the upward direction, then my muscles, my biceps or triceps got contracted, okay, undergoes contraction, and when again it comes down, then muscles undergoes relaxation. So contraction and relaxation causes the movement of arms, and it is possible due to the presence of the contractile proteins. Am I clear? So these are the simple characteristics of the muscular tissue, and also as I told you that there are different type of the movements which are performed by the muscular tissue. So on the basis of the movement, the muscular tissue is of various type. One is the skeletal muscular tissue. Next is smooth muscular tissue, and the third one is cardiac muscular tissue. Is it clear? Now we will study in detail about the types of the muscular tissue. So let us start with the type of the muscular tissue in detail. So first of all, we will study its first type, which is the skeletal muscular tissue, or you can simply write it as skeletal tissue. So if we talk about, students, if we simply talk about the characteristics of the skeletal muscular tissue, so what are the characteristics? First one, I am going to draw the diagram of the skeletal tissue. So skeletal tissue, they are generally cylindrical in shape. They are generally cylindrical in shape, okay, and they have striations. अब आप कहोगे striations क्या होती हैं? तो striations are like the bands. In this way, as I am drawing here, these are the striations on the outer side. Like the cell, it is covered by a layer, and this layer is called the sarcolemma. Am I clear? So this is the light band, one dark, alternate. Alternate means एक छोड़ के एक, light dark, light dark. Am I clear? So in this way, and here are present the nucleus. So I am using the colored marker to represent the nucleus, and this is the cytoplasm. So if we label it, then how we can label it? This is the light band. Light band is called the Z band, and dark band is called the A band. क्लियर है? तो डार्क लाइट स्ट्राइएशंस होती हैं, एंड दिस वन इज द न्यूक्लियस, एंड दिस वन द आउटर लेयर ऑफ द मस्कुलर टिश्यू is called the sarcolemma. Am I clear? And this is the sarcoplasm. Is it okay? So if we talk about the characteristics, then first characteristics is they are cylindrical, large sized muscle, they are cylindrical, large sized muscles. Next one, they have dark and light striations, or you can write it here, the bands. Dark band is called the A band and light band is called the Z band. And the third one is, it is multinucleated, as you can see here. So this muscle is multinucleated. And the fourth one is, they undergoes fatigued. Like आप क्या करते हो, आप जिम में जाते हो, 1 or 2 days आप continuously exercises करते हो, and after 2 days your body want to take rest. तो ये जो muscles होती हैं, simply they undergoes fatigued. That's why we feel that now we should take rest. So these are the characteristics of the skeletal tissue. Next is, what are its other names? Means why it is so called. So first one is, it is called skeletal tissue. Skeletal tissue, why it is so called? Because it is related to our bones, or you can say it is connected to our bones. Am I clear? Next one is, it is called striated tissue. अब स्ट्राइएटेड का मीनिंग मैंने आपको क्लियर किया. स्ट्राइएशन मतलब स्ट्रिप्स होती हैं, लाइक द डार्क एंड लाइट बैंड. तो स्ट्राइएटेड टिश्यू ड्यू टू डार्क एंड लाइट बैंड्स. Am I clear? And the third one is, they are called the voluntary muscles. So if we talk about the voluntary means they are under our control. Means we can move the organs according to our will, or you can say wish. So they are under our control. So that's why they are called the voluntary muscles. If we talk about the location, means where they are located, तो आप you can see कि जो organs को आप अपनी, जैसे I am moving my hand, my arm, I आई एम वॉकिंग ऑन द ग्राउंड, तो इट्स माई चॉइस, है ना. सो दीज आर द सिंपल एग्जाम्पल यू कैन से like the some of the organs of our body. okay, organs जो होते हैं. and if we talk about the functions, तो functions में main functions क्या हैं? they help in the locomotion and movement. so their main function is helps in लोकोमोशन एंड मूवमेंट. हम अपने बॉडी ऑर्गन्स को मूव कर सकते हैं एंड ऑल्सो वी आर कैपेबल ऑफ चेंजिंग आवर पोजिशन. दिस इज ऑल पॉसिबल ड्यू टू द skeletal tissue. Am I clear? So this is all about the concept of the first muscular tissue, which is the skeletal tissue. Let us start with its next type, which is the visceral tissue. So now we will study in detail about the visceral tissue. So what is the visceral tissue? So for that, first of all, you should know about the meaning of the visceral. That what is visceral tissue? So let us start with the second type, which is the visceral tissue. So what is visceral tissue? Visceral tissue is related to visceral organs. अब visceral organs क्या होती हैं? हमारी बॉडी में organs जो होते हैं, some of the organs they have hollow cavity, solid cavity. okay, means वो क्या होती हैं? वो totally protected नहीं होती हैं. they have inside a cavity and simply you can say internal organs of our body, they are called the visceral organ, like the heart and the lungs. Am I clear? So if we talk about the characteristics of the visceral tissue, characteristics of visceral tissue, so first of all you should know that they are spindle shaped. They are spindle shaped. And the next one, they are uninucleated. And the third one, spindle shaped, uninucleated, and they do not easily undergo fatigue. easily fatigued नहीं होती हैं. So what is the reason? So let me tell you the structure. Spindle, this is the spindle shaped structure. If I am drawing here the spindle shaped structure, I just want to say that spindle shaped means at both the ends it is tapering and it have central one nucleus. Am I clear? So this is the structure of the, and also on the outer side there is present the layer, and this layer is called the, again the sarcolemma, and this one is called the nucleus. Am I clear? So these are the important characteristics of the visceral tissue. Fatigued, as I already explained you. So next one is, what are the others name? If we talk about the others name, then first one is, they are called unstriated tissue. Unstriated tissue. So why they are so called? They are called unstriated due to lack of bands. As like in the striated tissue, we have studied that there are present dark and light bands. And second, they are called the involuntary muscles or involuntary tissue. So why it is called involuntary tissue? Because they are not under our control. Am I clear? So they are not अंडर आर कंट्रोल, ये हमारे कंट्रोल में नहीं होते, तो दैट्स वाई वी कॉल्ड इट एज द इनवॉलंटरी टिश्यू. नेक्स्ट इज द थर्ड वन, नेक्स्ट इज द फंक्शंस. दैट व्हाट इज द फंक्शंस? फंक्शन दे हेल्प इन द पेरिस्टालसिस. अब आप कहोगे व्हाट इज द पेरिस्टालसिस? तो पेरिस्टालसिस क्या होता है? पेरिस्टालसिस इज द टाइप ऑफ द मूवमेंट व्हेन द फूड मूव्स फ्रॉम माउथ टू स्टमक थ्रू द फूड पाइप. तो ओएसोफेगस और फूड पाइप जो फंक्शन जो मूवमेंट रिप्रेजेंट करती है, जिस मूवमेंट से वो फूड मूव करता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड द पेरिस्टाल्टिक मूवमेंट. एंड ऐसा होता है कि थक जाते हैं ऑर्गन फूड पाइप? नो. क्या आपकी विंड पाइप थकती है? नो. सो दैट्स व्हाई दे डू नॉट इजीली अंडरगो फैटिग्ड. एम आई क्लियर? सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द second type of the muscular tissue, which is the visceral tissue. So let us start with its third type and the last type, which is the cardiac tissue. The third type is the cardiac tissue. So student, if we talk about the cardiac tissue, then they have the characteristics of both the tissue. Means to say, like striated tissue cardiac tissue have dark and light bands and like unstriated tissues, they are involuntary and uninucleate. Am I clear? इसमें दोनों के कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स फीचर्स होती हैं. स्ट्राइएटेड के जैसे डार्क लाइट बैंड्स होती हैं, एंड लाइक अनस्ट्राइएटेड टिश्यूज they are involuntary in nature and uninucleate. How? So I am going to draw here the diagram. In this way you can easily observe the bridges and as it is uninucleated, okay, but like the striated muscles there are present light and dark bands. Am I clear? And this zigzag structure is called the intercalated disc. This is the unique feature. Also intercalated disc का function क्या है? Function of intercalated disc is to connect the cardiac muscle, or it coordinates the cardiac muscles and send the signals. Okay, this one is the nucleus, and these are the bands. Am I clear? So cardiac tissue, if we talk about the characteristics, तो करेक्टरिस्टिक्स में मेन इंपॉर्टेंट क्या हो गया? करेक्टरिस्टिक्स में दे हैव, फर्स्ट वन, दे हैव इंटरकैलेटेड डिस्क. Intercalated disc which helps to coordinate cardiac muscle and send signals. Am I clear? And the second one is they are uninucleated. Okay, and third one have dark and light bands. So these are all about the characteristics. So guys, if we talk about the location, means where they are located, so they are located in the heart. As you know कि हमारा हार्ट का फंक्शंस क्या होता है, यू हैव स्टडीड इन योर जूनियर क्लासेस दैट हार्ट पंप्स द ब्लड, हार्ट हेल्प्स टू डिस्ट्रीब्यूट द ब्लड. सो हार्ट जो होता है कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रिलैक्स करता है, तो इसका फंक्शन क्या हुआ? इट हेल्प्स इन द, फर्स्ट वन हेल्प्स इन contraction and relaxation of heart, and the second one, it helps to distribute blood. Okay, so these are the this is about the concept of the cardiac tissue. We have studied that it have the characteristics of both striated and unstriated tissue. Then we have studied its characteristics, and the one most important one, we have studied about the intercalated disc, then about the location, and finally about the function. So let's take a quick recap that today we have discussed that what are the muscular tissue, the general characteristic features of the muscular tissue, and then its type. Firstly, we have studied about the skeletal tissue in detail, and next one we have studied the concept of the visceral tissue, and finally in the detail we have studied the cardiac tissue. So this was all about our today's session. In our next video lecture, we will study the nervous tissue. So with this, I just want to say thanks to all.